On this episode of Karratha Chronicles, I'm joined by Harlee, one of the owners of Ora Wellness. We dive into breathwork, what it is, and why it matters. Harlee opens up about the power of breathing and how it's helping people reconnect with themselves in unexpected ways. It's a conversation full of insights, presence, and of course, plenty of room to breathe.
Cool.
Thanks for coming on to Karratha Chronicles.
So welcome.
Ben,
Harlee.
nice to meet you again.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to get you on here for the fact that your journey in like wellness is something that I've heard about. And I really liked the approach that you had when you started Ora Wellness. And yeah, I just want to talk to you about your whole system and what you do. So first question I've got is, if Karratha was a yoga pose, what would it be?
I'm instantly like child's pose.
Child's? Yep.
Child's pose, just, I won't elaborate.
That's a bit easy and relaxed.
Yeah, at times, but also just like head in the sand.
Head in the sand. Yeah.
Just let's go.
Yeah,
Just,
I like that.
just write it out.
Yeah.
Go.
Nice. So I want to know about your story. What brought you to Karratha?
Definitely my partner. He planted the seed like years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
That's your partner, Rob?
yeah, Rob. And we had such busy lives. So we're from Perth originally. And one day we were just sitting out the front of our house having a beer and just chatting as we do. And he was like, have you ever like thought about moving to anywhere else except Perth? And I was like, no. Like, I've been in Perth my whole life. I'm like, nah. And then he's like, would you ever move to Karratha? I'm like, is that a made up place? I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know anything outside of Perth. So I was just like, for sure, like open to the idea of it. And then I think a few months after that, we caught up with some friends in Coral Bay, and you know, it's who you know or what you know.
That's right.
And we were fortunate enough to like be presented with that opportunity and sort of get a job up here. And as soon as that idea came up, the opportunity came up, we were like, let's just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Can I swear?
You can swear on this, yeah. It's my podcast, do what you want.
Yeah, sweet. And as soon as that opportunity came up, we were just like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Sweet.
So we were running like rugby clubs one rugby club down in Perth. And it's a full-time job. Like the politics behind it, you know, it's a voluntary job. And you know, you sort of like how my partner was running it was just like, it was a full-time job with a side, like alongside his full-time job.
Oh wow.
So it was just like pretty keen to get out of that.
Yeah.
It was, and like life was just like moving at 100. And so we were pretty keen to leave that behind, and then boom, we just made the move to Karratha, and then our lives just slowed right down. And man,
It was better.
like we are not the same people that we were when we were in Perth.
Yeah.
It's very like how I feel like the change, like the shift was that we just had space to like be and not necessarily like do all the things for everyone, and you know,
Bit of time to yourself.
yeah. And it was just such a change, especially for my partner. Like, he is someone who's just like on the go 24/7, and I'm like frozen. So it's very much of like that survival. We're just go in Perth. And then as soon as we got here, we were like, well, what do we do with all this like spare time? What do we do with all this spaciousness? And that really like pushed us in the direction of like finding what we felt aligned for us. And it gave us so much space to find out what we actually liked about life.
Yeah.
Like, what do we want to do? Like, the world's our oyster at this point. And I think because you're in you know, in that survival sort of mindset back in Perth, it was just like we couldn't see outside of what was here, what was in front of us. And so with all that peeling away and then moving up here, it was like, whoa, like
Lifestyle change.
Yeah, lifestyle change. And just like the people we were meeting, everything was just like full alignment.
Yeah.
Like we were totally supposed to come here. And I love the heat. So it was just
Oh,
like
great.
ticking every box for me. I was like, I'd rather be too hot than too cold.
Yep.
And so like, coming to Karratha, honestly, was just a no-brainer in the beginning, but also a no-brainer to stay,
Wow.
because obviously if you move up here with one of the the bigger companies, you sort of got to do a 2-year mandatory. Yeah. So after 2 years, we were like, we'll see how we go. But I mean, I hear the story all the time. We'll do 2 years and then we'll see how we go.
I said the same thing.
And 10 years later.
Yep.
Yeah,
6 years later.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for us, that was about 4 years ago. And it feels like we've been here for a lifetime. And
That's great.
Yeah, we're really just getting started, I think.
In your journey, in your Karratha journey.
In the Karratha journey, yeah. Because there's, even though it's a small town, right? There's so much to explore if you're open to it.
Yes.
Because it can be very isolating, and I hear that a lot. I haven't experienced the isolation mindset yet, or whatever that is for people, because I'm very content with what is here and what I have and all that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Great. What was your first thoughts of Karratha? Oh,
my God. So, I actually had never been to Karratha or anywhere outside like Perth. I mean, I've been to like Wilbinga, but like that's just north of Perth. And we're coming down on the aeroplane.
Oh, no. What time of year was it?
End of the year, so it was like November-ish. It was like hot.
Yep.
And coming down in the airplane, and I, for some reason, like couldn't see the town. I could only see the airport, and then nothing, like because there's nothing around the airport except the flats. And so I, for some reason, thought that the airport was the town, and I just started bursting out crying.
You're like, where is he taking me to?
Yeah, I just looked at my partner. I was like, looked at Rob, and I was like, what is this? And I was really like upset about it in the moment, but I was laughing and crying. It's one of those like things where it's just like, this is ridiculous. What have I done? But also like within like, as soon as we landed, he's like, that's not the actual. Yeah. I mean, he was like
he's not
toying with me. He was like, hey, this is what we've chosen.
Get your tent ready.
Yeah.
You're about to, So what made you become a breathwork coach?
So I guess the first time I experienced breathwork, I was like, dude, what is wrong with people? Because,
really?
I hated it.
Yep.
I was on a retreat, and it was really like, it wasn't this big like woo-woo retreat, which I love woo-woo. I'm totally here for it. Yeah. It was just about like understanding yourself more. And so I experienced a group breathwork. So there was about 15, maybe more people of us in this small room. And when everyone started sort of like leaning into it, and I guess if you've never experienced breathwork, it's difficult to like imagine, but it's deep subconscious work. And so a lot of us suppress our big emotions, if you will.
Yep. I can do that really well.
Yeah, most people can.
Yeah.
And this is why breathwork is important, you know? And so in that space, like I can look at it from a very different perspective of wisdom now, whereas back then I was like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And what was so hectic about it for me was that I was so out of touch with my own emotions. Like I was like, you know, trying to get me to be vulnerable or, you know, share anything that I was feeling was like getting like blood out of a stone. It was really difficult for me. And it's because I never really felt safe to be able to speak into how I was feeling, or I never knew the words to articulate what was going on for me. And so in that space of that first breath work, everybody was like releasing all this like screaming and crying, which ultimately is trauma and stuck emotion and blockages, and we use the breath to purge that. And so that looks like screaming and crying and like chanting and, you know, like almost like convulsing. And so I could hear all of this going on because I was more tuned into them than I was tuned into myself.
Yeah.
And so really trying to like, I was trying to lean into that, but I just couldn't help but think how fucked up everybody was. And I was like, I had my blanket and I was just thinking, like, I want this to be over. I was really uncomfortable.
Yep.
I was really like scared, I guess.
Hard space to be in.
Yeah, especially because I've never seen anything like it in my life. And especially like the vulnerability side of things. And so that just like shocked me. And yeah, I remember there was like one moment and in a group of like screaming people, the person next to me, she was like this beautiful, beautiful woman, and she, I could hear her like just softly crying, just really softly. It wasn't anything crazy. And I thought in that moment, I was like, why is it so hard for me to let go? Like, why is this so difficult? And so I decided just to like get out of my head and just do what the facilitator was saying, which is this specific technique. And so as I did that, in that moment, it like opened this whole, I guess, door for me.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, that like I began to see, sense, and feel like visuals of like colors and people and shapes and things, and that really like opened my eyes for the first time at what is possible outside of what I knew. Because again, if you don't know anything outside of what's in front of you, everything's new.
Yeah.
And so at the end of that breath work, everything just like came down. I experienced a huge spiritual experience during that. But I didn't realize it in the moment because again, I couldn't articulate what was going on for me and what I had just experienced. But even afterwards, I was still very uncomfortable. I couldn't share. I was just like, what the hell? Like,
what happened?
What am I feeling? And what is everyone feeling? And then everyone spoke about it like they, I guess, were just in their jam.
Yeah.
They were like articulating everything really well. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just like.
Not there yet.
Not there.
Yeah.
That took me like a year to integrate. And.
Are you good at it now?
At
like explaining your emotions?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
100%. Yeah. And then so that's like my first introduction to breath work. And then as time went on, I sort of, I guess like fizzled out of that. Because, you know, with those big experiences, if they're not integrated sort of quickly and through like communicating and unpacking it, it can fall away and get lost with everything that happens day to day. And then you sort of like, it's sort of just one of those things that, I experienced. It was just a moment. And then so how I began like facilitating breath work was, I never thought I wanted to do something like that, but it was, again, the seed was planted with me with one of my really cool friends. She was just like, man, you've got to, you know, see what's behind here, there's something for you here. And then I was actually working on site and, you know, wicked job, earning killer money and on a wicked roster. And I lost the job. They fired me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Really?
In the moment, I was like,
yeah. Devastating.
Yeah. And it was like over the most ridiculous thing. But it doesn't matter what it was. It was the point is if I hadn't lost that job, I wouldn't have done my breathwork training. But I was also experiencing like a lot of, I guess, mental health issues at the time of working on site.
Oh, yeah.
But I was just ignoring it because I was like, but the money's so good.
I know.
You know, it's like the golden handcuffs. You can't let it go. And so yeah, it's ultimately that gripping to it ended up just like pulling away anyway. So it worked out in my favor. I did a breathwork training, which was less of a breathwork training and more of like this just week-long trauma release, because ultimately what I found in that training was, well, in reflection of that training, is um, we someone can tell us how to do something, and which is great, but that's one, their knowledge. And it's until you embody your own experience of it is where you can actually teach from. And that's what I found on the training. And it was so eye-opening in the way of like, you can actually do and be anything that you wish to be, but it's your own limiting beliefs that prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
And so that training was like a clearing of all the limiting beliefs that have ever held me back from, and the other participants back from, I guess, that initiation into the identity of a trainer or a breathwork facilitator.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like that training was, yeah, like I said, it was less of a training and more of like just a trauma release the whole time. And yeah, an initiation into like your own power, your own version of a breathwork facilitator, if that makes sense.
It does. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great experience.
Yeah. It was, at the time, it was like,
yeah,
I need a beer to like chill from this. This is a lot.
So how'd you feel after the week? Were you like really relaxed, or did you,
Dude,
still just...
I'm still integrating parts of what I experienced.
That's powerful.
Yeah. Because it was, again, you're embodying the identity and the wisdom of a breathwork facilitator. And so a breathwork facilitator is so much more than just like, I'm going to sit here and show you this technique and then you can do it, right? There's so much more, obviously, but it's this it's big energy work.
When you're coaching someone going through those traumatic experiences or, releasing that energy, how does that make you feel? Like, are you along for the ride with them?
Yeah. So, well, the first thing that comes to mind is like boundaries are huge in this. Whereas I have seen and experienced myself where there's been a lack of boundaries. And when you're holding a container like with trauma release or anything like that, you can energetically pick up things that they've released if you haven't put in your own boundaries.
Yeah.
Because I have to put protection around myself to ensure that whatever they're releasing, I'm not picking up. And so I don't fall into their experience, if that makes sense. So say if someone is experiencing like a huge cathartic experience, release, and that release is screaming, crying, coughing, that's their way of purging and releasing whatever it is. And so I can simultaneously be purging with them through like coughing or yawning or things like that. And so there's a synergy there.
Yeah.
And if someone isn't necessarily open to releasing, or they might need a little bit more assistance energetically to release whatever it is, then that is sometimes I can fall into that and then help support in the purging. And
that's incredible.
Yeah, and another experience of like someone who is like on that sort of cusp of really wanting to let go but is just a bit hesitant. I find that in the beginning of like my journey, I would feel that like that holding, and it would make me feel really sick and really like, you just got to let it go, dude. In my mind, I'm just like, you just got to let it go. You just got to let it go, because I would hold on to it. And that's the lack of boundaries, because it's like, don't fall into that experience. That's not your experience. You're just a space holder.
Yeah.
Well, not just a space holder, but I'm a space holder. Therefore, I don't fall into their experience, their journey and their emotions, because it can take over me, that I feel such empathy and compassion for them that I'm now sad or I'm now heavy because I've just taken on what they're experiencing.
Must be challenging as well for like your participants to, feel comfortable to get into that space. So it must be tricky for you to actually set that up,
Well, I guess it's a lot like this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I guess it's like very similar. You know, people might think, what am I going to talk about?
Yeah.
What am I going to say? What am I going to do?
Exactly.
What if I say something dumb?
Edit it out.
It's yeah, exactly. But it's no different
Yeah.
in breathwork. But you know, there's so many layers to setting up a space for breathwork, and I'm seeing it more and more, and it's being reflected back to me in within my community and my community back in Perth. Just that there is a difference between a breathwork coach and a breathwork facilitator.
Okay.
And because a facilitator facilitates the event, and it's not just the event itself, it's the actual container. So when I say container, it's like people are coming into the space. Space is the container. And so it's putting up like boundaries within the space and protection in the space, because some people are like super spiritual.
Yeah.
And so when you do have those people come through, they just let it all go, and they just like fully let loose. And that can bring in, I guess, that not that specifically, but the intention to welcome anything or let go of anything can, I guess, bring up bigger stuff outside of this physical space, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so I believe, and my experience is, the facilitator knows how to create a safe space automatically. And so I think the biggest thing that I hear of people walking through our doors is, this place is so grounding. This place is so, like, I feel so safe here. I feel like calm instantly.
That's a good vibe to put out.
Dude, it is.
And it's hard.
It's hard. It's hard in the beginning, but then when you emanate that space yourself,
that's right.
It's everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Right. And this is what I've found.
You carry it with you.
Yeah. 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 And you know,
well, you're bringing off that vibe already. I'm feeling that. I feel comfortable. You know, it's my own house, but I feel great.
Tick.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. It's you know, and that's a testament to how far I've come in my own journey, because, oh man, I'd be like a cold fish.
Really?
In the past. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's my own like protection of myself, because I felt like, again, people weren't safe. And so as my journey has continued and I've grown, I've realized that people are actually safe. It's just I didn't feel safe. And so there was that projection of other people, so I would just prevent any sort of connection. And now I crave it, because it's humans are, they love connection. At the core of most things of why people do what they do is that connection, right? We want to connect to someone, something. It gives us a sense of self, I guess.
Yeah. So when how long have you been doing breathwork facilitation for?
So about 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. It's about 4 years now. And
quite a journey.
Quite a journey.
So 4 years ago, or 5 or 4.5 years ago, you were a dead fish.
Yeah.
And now you're this really comfortable person.
100%.
Awesome.
And like I love.
And that's all from breathing.
From breathing.
Yeah.
I mean.
And working on yourself, of course. But.
Yeah, there's a lot that has gone into that. And you know, people ask me like, "What have you done? What is the thing?"
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's no one thing.
It's a lot of little things.
Yeah, it's a lot of little things that ultimately shape your future and create the reality that you want. Because there's still little like, you have to remember that you're like rewiring your whole way of being and you know, letting go of the conditioning or moving through the conditioning that you've experienced from childhood, from the baby, you know, like
it's a long time.
It's a long time. It's your lifetime up until the point that you're beginning to shift that.
Yeah. And
so, you know, there's so many things, but ultimately it started with breath work. And because, you know, with breath work, I was able to actually tap into so many parts of myself that I felt like weren't true or weren't there. And that you know, those parts are like this powerful woman who can use her voice, this, you know, strong, independent woman that can also be soft and vulnerable. And this woman who isn't afraid to be loved and love back. And so tapping into those things and removing any blockages that I had around those beliefs, just exponentially shifted my existence.
That's great.
And, you know, with the side of being loved by a good man.
Yeah. Shout out, Rob. Thanks.
Yeah, shout out to Rob.
Yeah. So you made Ora Wellness with Rob?
Yeah.
How'd you start that?
Yeah, so it was originally Ora breathwork. And so Ora or Ora, it's derived from the saying Tihe Modi Ora. And so what that means is the breath of life. And, you know, Tihe Modi Ora doesn't really roll off the tongue for most of us. So I wanted it to have the essence of my culture within what I was trying to facilitate, what I was trying to grow. And with that came Ora. So Ora is still a very beautiful word in the way of it means to be cared for, to be safe, to be healed. I think that's a beautiful thing about languages is like one word can mean like
a lot.
Yeah. And so, so Ora breath work. And I was just doing like free sessions from home, and that was huge. You know, there's one thing to facilitate in group work, but to do one-on-one, it's
very personal.
I found very intimidating. I was like, who am I to be doing this? Again, those layers of like letting go of the limiting beliefs of this new identity or this new, you know, role that I'm in. And that all came up, but I pushed through that and just began to evolve and do group work and things like that. And then Rob was just like super interested in the journey. So let me just backtrack. I'm going the long way around your question. So I went on another retreat, and
common theme.
Yeah. And I guess at that retreat was the first time I ever experienced vulnerability. And it was what I read was a surfing retreat. I was like down in Mars.
Ooh,
I was
that sounds good.
I was like, I'm so keen for that. And I thought it had like a splash of personal development.
Yeah.
When I got there, it was a personal development retreat with a side of surfing. And I was like, what the heck? Me and my friend, we went together, and she was just like, Harlee, what is this?
Yeah. Wetsuited up and no waves.
Yeah. And then she was like, just fuck it, let's just like lean into it. And
that's brave.
Yeah, it really, really was. I was just like super annoyed in the moment because I'm like, oh, damn it, why did I? Anyway.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it was perfect. Full alignment. I was meant to be there. And so when I say it was the first time I ever experienced vulnerability, all it was, which now doesn't seem like such a big deal, but back then it was just voicing how I was actually feeling in that moment. And so I can feel it like coming up now. It's so funny. It's just like,
that's a good retreat. If it's still doing the effects now, that's value for money.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you get any waves?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
You got to see the videos, man.
Wicked.
That was sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think the facilitator just asked me, like, you know, what is it that you're feeling? Because it was like bringing up something about my dad, I think. And, you know, I love my dad. Like, just always thought he was just the real, like, caring, like, man in my life. But then, you know, I think it was like unpacking, you know, what did it feel like when he left? And the only thing that I could articulate was that I was bored. And I was like, oh, I was just bored. That's nothing. But then she's like, yeah, what's deeper than that though?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I could feel in like the pit of my stomach it coming up. And then I knew that the word that I wanted to say wanted to come out, but it didn't come out. It was like my whole body was just like holding on to it. And so I was like shaking, and then my voice went all shaky, and I was just like looked like a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
And I grabbed this pillow and I put it over me, and I was with a group of like 5 women maybe. And I could just feel it in that moment. I wanted to say I was lonely, but it just would not come. And so she asked everyone to close down their eyes. Close down their eyes.
Stuck in your head, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you know, what is it?
What is
she
it?
she didn't want to put the words into my mouth. She just wanted me to language what I was what I was feeling. So it was like, well, Dad's gone. I'm lonely. And so that just like opened up.
Yeah, blew the doors open.
Yeah. And then I think in that moment, I was in shock that I had actually said it, like I was going to get in trouble or something. And then in the days to come is when it all poured out. It was like, oh, it's not just the loneliness. It's like the abandonment. It's this, it's that. And then it's all the emotion that has been suppressed and held on to as a result of that experience. And so, you know, just from being asked, yeah, but what's deeper than that?
Yeah. Small question.
Small question, but big impact. And so, yeah, that completely shifted me. So I came home from that retreat and I said to Rob, it's like, so I'm going to change my life. Are you going to...
Are you on board?
Are you on board?
Yeah.
And he was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Sweet. Good answer,
so,
Rob.
Yeah. Like, shot Rob.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so from that moment, we've just been growing together. There's been, you know, like we've literally in the short amount of time we've been together, 7 years, we've seen each other evolve into just completely different people. You know, we were like heavy binge drinkers back in Perth. You know, it was like sort of your way of just getting by, I guess, and just doing what everyone else that we were hanging out with was doing. And, you know, it's pretty big in the rugby community just to like get on it after a game. And so that was our life. And so after that experience, it was just like,
not for you.
I don't think we want to do that anymore. I mean, I still, like, as soon as we came to Karratha, I'm like, meeting new people, like, let's get on it. Hell yeah.
That's it.
But Rob was like, no, I'm like done drinking,
you
know, and he's been drinking since
Well,
forever.
I mean, you said you wanted to change your life.
Yeah.
So
that was the only thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I was like,
that.
I'm going to hold on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, today, when, I guess not today, but in the beginning of Ora Breathwork, Rob was super interested in like yoga because he's got a super like bad back. I think I'm not quite sure what it is, but he's had like incredible back pain for a big chunk of his life. He always just refers to it as he's used his body well.
Okay. Yeah. Rugby player?
Lots of different things. Rugby player, but he's a brickie by trade. So
hard on the body.
Yeah, 100%. And so you know, he was like on the Nurofen every day. As soon as he got out of bed, he was like on Nurofen. And so he was looking at yoga. Actually, it was after that, another retreat. And I was like, you should just try yoga. Give that a go. He's like, nah.
Not for him.
Not for him.
Yeah.
And then like as time went on, he started giving it a go. And then he was like, whoa, my back feels incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. And then so that led to, if he is keen on something, he will put 120% into it. And so he became a yoga teacher. And
what did he was a brickie before?
He was a brickie before. Yeah.
That's a good life change.
Yeah.
Like brickie to yoga teacher, that doesn't happen very often.
I know. And I love this story because I'm like, he's like Bogan
to
yogi.
Yeah, to yogi. Yeah.
It's like, Bogan Rob to yogi Rob.
Bogey to yogi. That's cool. So what advice would you give your younger self?
Like, I guess there's two things that come to mind. It's like, one, believe in yourself.
Yep.
Just like believe in yourself, dude. Like you've got this.
Go for it.
And like there's nothing wrong with you.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Because I think there's like so much of my reflection of my younger self younger self that's just like, I just don't think I'm capable of anything. And that stopped me from just doing so much of like just believing that I can't do anything or never really good enough to do what I'm thinking that I want to do. Because now I have very strong belief in myself and it's, you know, unshakable. So now I am here with the things that I have and doing the things that I love and all that sort of thing. So yeah, it's just like, there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. Do you think you could go and teach, I'm not too sure of your history, but could you go and teach breathwork in Perth? Like, how do you think it would differ from Karratha to Perth? Karratha being, you know, you said you love this remote town, it's your people, great community here. How do you think it would differ? Do you think like Karratha has a certain mindset or like a certain type of person?
Yeah, I think people in Karratha are more open to it because of the lack of, I guess, spaces like what we offer.
Yeah.
Whereas Perth, I think it's so available that it's just one of those things that's like, oh, that's trending. So
yeah, gets a bit lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you seen the community sort of change in like the health and wellness space since you've been doing it? Like, have you had some long-termers as well?
Sorry, people have been with us since we very first started.
Yeah. So you would have seen a massive change.
Yeah. It's like evolution, I guess, as opposed to like seeing big changes. And when there's that evolution, it's like, this is like a new thing. And not a new thing, but this is like a new way of being.
Yeah.
And then that becomes normal. And then they find a new way of being.
Yeah.
And then that becomes normal. And so it's hard to be like, what have I seen changed?
Yeah, because you've changed with it.
Yeah.
Right? So you've seen like gradual incremental changes.
Yeah. So everything seems like it's like the new normal, normal. Breathwork is one of those things that you've sort of just got to stick with it.
Yeah. Got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep working on yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think there's actually, in saying that.
But I don't know, you've been to some retreats that have massive impact.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Hard question.
Yeah.
You know, because someone, for me, I could see it if I come to a class and go, wow, that was crazy. I can see that change straight away.
Yeah. Well, I guess in that sense, after a breathwork experience, there is a shift. It whether you perceive it or not, there is an energetic shift within you because you're letting shit go.
Mm-hmm.
And when you let things go, especially with the unconscious mind, and you don't necessarily know what it was that you let go of, you have capacity. And so you have capacity that allows you to be open to new things or gives you new perspective on things. And then maybe you might be softer in a conversation, which might have triggered you before. But in that, those are like the little changes that it's like hard to just like say that's the change unless you create a lifestyle around that, which is like you become super aware that no longer triggers you.
Have you seen somebody, if you don't mind sharing, somebody who's, you're right there on the front lines, so you would have seen someone have a massive shift or, that traumatic experience. How was it seeing it from the outside? Because you've seen it internally. Because you said, you have to have this boundary in this bubble, which I completely understand. That's great.
Yeah.
But, some things surely have to penetrate and go, wow, that's
like big.
That's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. That usually comes after.
Okay.
Like, well, for me, after the actual, I've closed the space, then I feel like, well, that was pretty hectic. And in the moment, because I'm so grounded in my own center, there's nothing that can really shake me. Because I've seen some crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
As you can imagine,
yeah,
what's like walking around, so yeah, in the moment, I'm just like, I trust in myself. I trust in my intuition. I trust in my guidance that I can hold this space for this person, whatever it comes with, because the truth is like, whatever they're experiencing, I've experienced it and we all have. And so that's embodying that knowledge has helped me to feel like, or facilitate from a point of view that I've got them. Like, you're safe.
Do you have a ritual after class that you go like, right, I need 5 minutes to myself to do?
Yeah, 100%. So Rob and I facilitate our classes together, like the breathwork classes together. So we will sit in the space and just, I guess, like close the space energetically, the container, and say just like a thank you to the guidance that we received to support the people of Karratha or the group, whatever it might be. And yeah, it's like sharing our gratitude for the experience and that we can hold the space that we have just finished, and then we let go through just like physically like shaking our body. Yeah, like literally, like it's that simple.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, when you're in a room with someone, not in a room, but like you're having a conversation with someone and then afterwards you've left and you feel like heavy, or you might feel like,
oh, that didn't go well.
Yeah.
I've got anxiety.
Yeah. Well, it's the same sort of thing at the end of a breath work, right? If you don't close or integrate, you can hold on to that, and that can become a part of you if you allow it.
Yeah.
And that's the importance of the facilitator's role of completing that cycle of just letting everything go through movement, purging. So that purging could be like coughing, crying, anything that's like the body's way of releasing is what pretty
Important.
much like the ritual.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
What's your philosophy behind Ora Wellness?
Yeah, I guess it's just to give people an understanding of their own resources. And so using your physical body to ultimately give you a sense of healing.
Yeah.
I don't think that people are broken. They don't need to be like healed.
Yeah.
I don't think we should be spending all of our time healing as well. I think that just happens organically. But I feel that this space gives people a sense of grounding when everything is so loud out here. And so coming back to yourself through this space, it offers you like how in the beginning when we came to Karratha, it gives you that spaciousness to see what do I actually want for myself and what is available to me. And this space offers exactly that, because we can, offer you the space to see, sense, and feel all the things that are online. And you can do this through yoga, through meditation, through Pilates, through breath work. And so all of these things, you're using your own body to see, sense, and feel what's going on. You know, through yoga, if your body's like super stiff and just like unable to move, you're able to just like check in and like, breathe and move into those places that are stuck. Because everything, in my opinion, everything is energy.
Yep.
And so it's like energy first, then your physical body will manifest whatever energetically is happening for you. And so emotionally, if you're holding on to things, your physical body will tell you.
Yeah.
Right. And then so go like through yoga, you're able to tap into those things, move through it. Then with the breath work, we're able to release it. And meditation. Do you do much meditation?
I do, but I do it with jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
So
yes.
sometimes you'll see me, I'm at jiu-jitsu, I'll close my eyes and I'm getting beaten up essentially, but I'm in my own head.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about what anyone else is doing. That's sort of my meditation. And I do archery.
Yeah.
And when I do that, it's just me and the target. I'm just shooting and I let things go, and that's my sort of space for that stuff. But I think I've done a little bit of breath work. Would have been 3 years ago, but it wasn't much. It was just sort of same thing at a yoga studio. The same yoga studio used to be the space.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Well, that would have been a long time ago.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I almost took over the space.
Yeah?
And then I was like, it's not for me. I can't facilitate anything. I'm not a yoga teacher. I got a breakdancing background.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, well, I could do breakdancing there, but I was like, I've got other things on, going to have a kid. There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Meditation is key. I love it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good for everybody.
Oh, everybody. And it's like you're literally doing nothing.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, and this is the
but
interesting...
you've got a lot on as well.
Yeah. And this is the interesting thing about meditation is that people, they're like, I just can't stop thinking. And it's like, that's not the goal with meditation.
Yeah.
You don't have to stop thinking. It's just about presence.
That's it.
It's about like, if your presence is thinking about grass, then just focus on the grass.
That's it. Yeah.
Like it's really that simple. But what I've also noticed is that people find it really difficult to be like still.
Yeah.
Really just let everything go. Like, and it
With
takes a lot of
themselves.
practice. Yeah. With themselves,
Yeah.
with their own thoughts.
Yeah.
And just be.
Yeah. What have you got on Ora Wellness? Like, can anyone go? What sort of classes do you offer? Just for my, obviously, thousands of listeners that we have.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so we offer yoga every day. We have different teachers that are able to facilitate different things. We've got, intense workouts to just restorative yin, which is only like maybe 5 poses.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's very slow, and that's combined with sound healing. Our teachers are incredible. They've been teaching for years. And so, there's lots of different yoga classes. We have Pilates. Really only on Fridays. We're really wanting to open that more. It's just like teacher availability, and that sort of thing.
And it's also Friday night.
Yeah, 100%. But
there's a lot of drinkers up here. That culture sort of goes in.
Exactly. And then I thought that in the beginning, and then I was like, am I trying to speak to people who want to get on the piss on Friday night, or am I trying to get to people who
That's right.
care about their well-being?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So, and then we have meditations on Sundays, and then breath work a couple times a week. And the breath work that I have been mainly speaking about is activation breath work. So that is the big trauma release and all that sort of thing. Those are the bigger events, whereas the ones that I offer weekly are down regulation. And so that's really about coming back into alignment when we're, pulled to at like so many different places throughout the week, throughout the day, and we need to be so many different people for so many different people. So with this down regulation breath work that I offer during the week, it's really about slowing everything down and bringing everything back into, I guess, equilibrium.
So wellness means like a lot of different things to different people. What does it mean to you?
I think wellness is like so, like you said, it's just so
broad.
The first thing that comes to my mind is like healing. Wellness doesn't have to be intentional in the way of like going to a studio, doing a yoga class, but it could be in good company.
Oh yeah.
Like that's wellness, surrounding yourself with people who you can connect with and vibe with, like that is wellness.
Yeah.
That can be healing too. So healing and connection, I guess, is like
the core.
Yeah, of wellness. And that's the essence of the things that we offer in the studio. So
where do you see Ora Wellness in 5 years?
Look, my intention for the next 5 years or in 5 years is to be the leading holistic wellness space in the Pilbara.
Awesome.
And
Great
so,
goal.
yeah. So that, like you were saying, wellness looks different for everybody. We would love to like incorporate lots of different things into the space because we are a collective of things, and that's what the co is, Ora Wellness Collective. And so,
not cult. Or communion.
Shh.
Yeah, that's it.
So we want to share all the things that have helped us. So up till now, we are doing that. We want to continue sharing the things that have helped us in a, I guess, alternative way to medicine.
Yeah.
Or
wellness.
Yeah. And so that looks like, a recovery space, like saunas, your ice baths, all that sort of thing. But it's important that it's always community-based.
Yes. Oh, great.
Because community is everything.
Yeah. It's that connection like you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. And those are, I guess those are our values. And so sharing that, evolving into a bigger space. And then ultimately, I want to be sharing like more depth around breath work.
Do you host retreats?
That's also on the books.
Awesome.
We would have already facilitated one by now if I didn't have baby.
That's right.
But it's definitely on the books. We get asked like a lot if we're facilitating retreats up here. There's no like date or anything like that, but it's definitely on the cards because with what we've got up here combined with Rob and I's like passion for what we do, it'd be just so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do the rapid fire question. Right. Okay, here we go. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. What's your favorite book?
let's say Atomic Habits.
Favorite breathwork technique?
Rebirthing.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Meditation, guided or silent?
Guided.
Yeah, naturally. Go-to way to de-stress after a busy day?
Oh, primal scream.
Oh, that's excellent. What a good idea. Favorite healthy snack you can't live without or unhealthy?
Man, I'm like cookies.
Cookies?
I'm a cookie
Yeah.
person, yeah.
In milk?
No way.
No way?
Nah,
just dry.
milk sucks.
Yeah.
Just dry.
Okay. Yeah. What's one myth about wellness you wish people would stop believing?
Oh, that it's not for them.
That's really powerful. I
Yeah.
like that. If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be?
Honestly, like probably fighting.
Fighting? Really? Like MMA? Come to jiu-jitsu? It's so tricky though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like when you watch. Can I elaborate on this?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So like, I love UFC.
Mm.
Love it. Like it brings out the devil in me.
Primal scream.
And
You know?
yeah, exactly. And so I'm always so fascinated in the way that they can fight because, you know, you might be flicking through, depending on your algorithm, flicking through Instagram and you're seeing like, it's just like a street fight or something.
Yeah.
And then like that compared to a UFC fight, like the skill that they have to be able to like channel that energy to last, like 5 rounds
Yeah.
at 3 minutes and, you know, essentially fighting for their life, but make it look
Like you're
really
not...
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you get hit and they get hit and it doesn't seem like it affects them.
Yeah.
And they can just keep going with their focus. And like, so that skill, I don't know what you would call that because I'm sure that it's many different skills.
Yeah.
But honing in to like that
toughness.
focus. Yeah, that strength, that power has always been fascinating to me. So I'd say fighting.
That's awesome.
Which is like complete opposite to yoga and
yeah, no,
breathwork.
that's all right. That's awesome. Great stuff. Who inspires you the most in life?
Rob.
Oh, that's nice. That's good to have your partner inspire you.
Oh man, he is so rad.
I can't wait to meet him. What's one word your friends would use to describe you?
Loud.
Loud?
Got a really loud laugh, so
That's right. It's good.
yeah.
It's positive. If you weren't running Ora Wellness, what would you be doing?
Probably working on rail.
Rail? Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'd say rail. Yeah.
If you could teach only one wellness practice forever, what would it be?
Breathwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Right, that's the end of rapid fire. Last one is if you could impart one piece of wisdom to the community, what would it be?
You have the power to create your own reality. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It's all within your power to create the life that you want, the life you desire. Yeah.
Great. Hey, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
That's it for this episode of Karratha Chronicles. Harlee's journey from Perth to Karratha and into breathwork shows how slowing down and creating space can open up new paths in life. Big thanks to Harlee for sharing her amazing story, and thanks to you for listening. Be sure to follow the show and share it with somebody who will enjoy this conversation. Until next time, don't hold your breath. We'll be right back.